Next, we have this little. How can I say it? We have this new thing coming where it's basically early access, and basically we were talking about it before we started the show, and I know Sticky was talking about it more along the lines of how gaming is changing. And it seems like every turn is like someone's trying to fuck gamers somehow, some way. And I think it's because a lot of gamers, they grow attachment to games. They love series, they love characters, they love styles of games, they like genres. And to me, it's for gamers to games. It's like there's a much higher, like I guess, like attachment. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people get emotionally invested in the game. Some people just get attached to just certain characters, all types of things. But I guess the main thing is that the attachment is a lot greater to things. It's just a lot stronger, and by that, it seems like people are playing off of it, and that sucks because I understand people need to make money. Don't get me wrong, and I'm all for people making money, but taking advantage is something kind of a different way. And with this early access, they have this game Ark. Have you played Ark, Sticky?
Yes, I have.
And have you played it, Catastrophe?
No, I haven't. Dude, I was gonna get it, but whenever they announced that it was coming to Xbox One early access, I decided not to get it for Steam.
Okay. So this game is early access, and this game has reached 2 million copies sold. Okay. Every week they're saying that the studio is adding more content, new dinosaurs, and stuff like that. And how do you feel about paying for a game up front, basically kind of paying like for a beta? Like that's the way the Hitman is that I look at it. You're paying up front and you got to wait for content to release. That's how Hitman is going to be. Now you have the other games that have already, obviously this isn't anything new, but this is a very growing trend. And now you have Ark Survival hitting 2 million copies, which is pretty good for a new game. That's damn good. And you're paying for a beta. I don't know how much the game was. I don't know if it's 40 or 60, but
That was 30.
30. Okay, well 30. Okay, which really isn't that bad. $30. I don't imagine it's going to be 30 on Xbox though. Like it's kind of like a thing for consoles where it's $60. So
no, those other ones have been 30.
Really?
Or
Okay.
they've been not 30, but they've been cheaper.
With the fall.
And what's the other one? The Shelter.
Elite. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't looked at it because I'm not interested in the early access, regardless of what it is. I want a finished game, and I know that's kind of weird to say, especially with all this DLC crap we're getting, and especially with all these broken games. But how do you feel about paying for a game as in basically a beta? That's early access. How do you feel about the early access system?
I don't know.
I really
think
don't
it's
know.
alright, but I just don't like the games that they have, like in Xbox One early access preview or whatever. I don't like the games they have in there, so
Yeah, same here. I mean, the positive thing is, they're listening to feedback, and they're fixing stuff, and you won't get like a crappy game when it comes out.
But that's
whenever
the
it
thing.
does
You already
come out, don't
have
you
to
get
get.
the full version though for free, or like for free basically? Well, not for free, but you get the
Oh yeah, of course. Yep.
you get
Like
the
when the
full
full
version
game
of it
releases.
for whatever price you paid for the early access.
But wouldn't that already wouldn't that make the game like you've already played it?
Right.
Yep.
Like, okay, we
Take
got a
away the
finished version
surprise.
now. We got a finished version now, but you've already played all this shit.
Right.
I
Imagine
don't
doing
know.
that for Tomb Raider. That would suck. Then you're like, oh man, you already know what's gonna happen when the game comes out.
Right, because I'm a one hitter done. I'm not gonna. I don't play games multiple times over and over like some people play these games 3 and 4 times. Like, oh, I got to experience it in ultra realistic suck mode or whatever, and I'm like, nah, I'll play it once and I'm done. If it was good, I'll play some other things around the game, side missions, whatnot. But I'm not gonna go through a whole damn story again.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet on a game that I can think of that I've done that. I just don't. It's just I don't care for it. Even if I have the time, I'm just not that kind of person. But people who like it, hey, power to you. But I can't personally get into that.
What I don't like about it is shouldn't they be paying us to be testing the game? You know, there's game testers out there, and we're paying for it and helping them develop the game too.
Right.
So
I think that's the difference, though. That's the changing. That's the thing. I mean, y'all both say y'all don't mind the early access in a sense, but really take the whole thing out of it, and you kind of have to take it out of games that you're okay with. Like, for instance, if it was Tomb Raider or if it was Far Cry or The Witcher, you know, games that we like or love, you have to look at it as a whole, and then look at Hitman and look at it as, okay, this is what's happening. Those testers that they paid before, okay, now you're paying to be a tester. Now they're saying it's a privilege. That's you know, and I don't think that's okay. I mean, because what are you going to do when the game's done? Are you really going to keep continuously playing it with the amount of content and games that are coming out? Are you really going to keep playing it after it's polished and finished? I wouldn't.
Probably not. I probably would not.
So
and
I don't know.
It also takes away that feeling of when you first get a game and you're like so excited to play it. Everything is new.
Right.
Pretty much the developer.
And you're paying to do it.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess I could see some people where they just want that extra early access. I do understand, but it seems like this is going to be something that's going to be a very, very growing trend, like DLC. Remember, DLC just started off here and there. Well, now DLC is every game. You know, I mean, think of what the possibilities can end up happening with that.
Well, I was going to say not every game, but yep, you're right, every game.
Not every game?
It is every game. I was going to mention a Rainbow, but then I woke up. Now we got a season pass. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, we don't even know what the hell is into it. But we finally got some other info on other stuff. I mean, but I really don't mind DLC as long as the game has content that is worth the full $60. You know, and look at The Witcher. I will happily pay for the season passes or expansions, what you want to call it, for The Witcher. You know. So, but that's just me. Also going into that, Steam is now going to have a section in GameStop. Looks like they're kind of in a make a move.
I don't get it though. Didn't GameStop release something about how like they don't like digital stuff too much, and now they're gonna work with Steam?
Oh yeah, true, huh?
Yep.
Can you get physical copies of any Steam games?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I really don't know. I think you can buy the games, like the physical games, but they're not part of Steam though. Steam to me, I think it's just more like a little.
It's like a digital storefront, you know? Right?
Yeah, right. Pretty much. I mean, because I think you can buy the games from wherever, I believe. So.
Oh, it's Steam hardware. Okay.
Right. But that's the thing, though. Their games, everything's gonna have to go through still the actual store themselves, right? So, Valve announced the partnership with major global retailers, GameStop, Game, and EB Games, to create dedicated Steam sections at physical stores later this fall. Launching, November 10th, including the Steam controller, Steam Link, Steam machines, a quote-unquote variety of prepaid Steam cards, sales of which have risen every year since they were introduced 3 years ago, will also be featured. So, it says the special pre-order campaign for... You say what?
I was going to say that sounds contradictory to what they're trying to do with the consoles.
Right. Basically, Valve is paying them money. So there's a partnership, you know, right there. I mean, there's something, though.
That's the explanation.
Right. It says allowed users to get 30. It says, this is the thing. It's a special pre-order campaign for Steam hardware at these brick-and-mortar stores are allowed users to get devices 30 days earlier, sold out in less than a month. Everyone who pre-ordered now through November 10th gets free copies of Rocket League and Portal 2. So, like I said, there's some kind of partnership there. And it says Steam controller is $50, Steam Link is $50. Wait a minute, Steam controller and Link bundle $100. Steam machines pricing by various manufacturer. Is that Link? Is that the thing that lets you stream it to your TV?
Yeah, I think so.
$50 isn't bad. But okay, well, my thoughts going into this is it seems like they're getting a little pressed by Microsoft. And the reason I think that is because they have already enabled the Xbox streaming from the Xbox to the PC, and Phil Spencer's already come out and says that they want to stream PC to Xbox. So now it's just like that's trading into their territory, you know what I mean? And they got to counter that somehow. If people don't know about, most people who are just your typical, how can I say it, console gamer, your 10-year-old is not going to know about Steam. You know what I mean? Your 11-year-old is not going to know about Steam. You know, even some of you probably teenagers, 15-year-old, they might know a little bit. Maybe I'm just assuming, but I mean, realistically, most of them are going to know consoles. And by having that in the store, the actual brick and mortars, I think that's something that I think that's something that's going to help them, because I think Microsoft is pressing on their territory. I don't know. That's just me. Because the games like Fable, that's not going to be on Steam.
Right.
Fable's going to be on the Xbox Marketplace only, or I mean the Microsoft Marketplace, whatever you want to call it, only. So I think. You say what?
You talking about Fable Legends or just? Fable?
Right. Fable Legends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think that's just pressing them, and I think they're getting a little tight on that. Next, going into something, we have Titanfall. It hits a milestone. Titanfall hits 10 million. 10 million.
That's pretty ridiculous. That's good for a new IP.
Dude, that's ridiculously good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it says that it's crossed. It says, because it's on Xbox, PC, and 360, and it's crossed they have announced that it's crossed the 10 million mark. It says the boss announced the figures as though he didn't say if it represents copies sold or total number of players. Total number of players, I would say 10 million if that was it. But that game has been on sale like ridiculously.
Right.
Yeah. It was like $13 with all the DLC, and now it's just the DLC is permanently free. So
yeah, I bought the game
people
3
haven't bought
times.
that.
Damn, you bought it 3 times?
Yeah, I bought it twice. I'm not gonna lie.
I bought the game 3 times. I bought it launch, thought it was complete ass, thought it sucked, got rid of it. Okay. Later on, a couple of people, buddies of mine, were like, "Dude, why'd you get rid of the game?" I'm like, "Okay." So I got it on the cheap, a physical copy, another physical copy, and then some time later they had that sale where it came with all the DLC and everything for like $10, $12. So I bought it again. So I was just like, crap. And I actually still have 2 copies. I have a physical and I have a digital. So, and I'm just like, really? Just really? So yeah, I'm 3 of those 10 million. So
Wow.
yeah. It says Titanfall is available Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PCs. Titanfall, meanwhile, is expected to be a multi-platform title. I don't know about that. We'll see. But
I thought it already was a platform though.
Is it? Yeah, isn't it?
And
yes, it is.
Technically multi-plat already.
Yeah. They never confirmed which platforms it will be. They're specifically just, whenever they asked the person, the guy just said it'll be multi-platform, which it's already multi-platform. So we'll just have to see. I think some people are going to be upset about that. But
Oh man, it's not coming out for the Saturn.
oh yeah, it's definitely coming out for the Saturn. So,
Like
but
this
nah,